Well, fuck it. Let's not wait around here for like half an hour before I start the stream. I just started 3 minutes earlier than planned, so I can actually start some driving instead of just sitting here in the pits and waiting till the timer has expired. Right? Makes more sense. Just makes quite a bit more sense. I haven't streamed in a week. They were in braces, so I have played some other video games in the meantime that aren't some racing titles and completed a bunch of games that I hadn't had the time. And I mean, it would have been quite infuriating watching me play through Dishonored because of my way that I play through the games like that. I play safe scumming up the ass in those games. Right. And you are way more reliable in showing up for my streams than I am at streaming them. Oh my. Okay. I've done a basic look at the setup. I haven't seen anything that like I would be offended by. Particularly, I have a feel it's 25 degrees Celsius, so I have a slight feeling that I might have slightly low pressures because my lowest tire pressure, not my lowest, my highest is I think like 26.4. I'm not quite sure this track is like pushing that much heat into the tires that would get up to full temp. Full pressure, but hey, it is what it is. I haven't driven in a week, so, and I haven't practiced with this circuit either, so. Oh yeah, that's good. As I just entered this complex, my bones in my left arm cracked. Made like a very noticeable knack sound, which is fine. Right. Yeah, but I haven't set it up beforehand. I haven't streamed in a week, so I was expecting nobody to show up. So at least something if I can entertain you for tonight. When the times are in the 55s already, this track is only on fast. So there's a bit of a challenge here, asked, because I think most of the people here have actually practiced compared to the casual races during the week. Not during the week, during the last like month or so. Well, a lot of them most likely were treating them like I did, with fairly minimal practice beforehand. Oh, and I have a 911 right behind me. And I have a feeling that Bentley, obviously due to its brick aerodynamics, is not going to fare too well, but I mean it fared pretty well at Monza, so. Let's just see what the car can perform, in all honesty. Not quite the esports line there, because you can quite exploit the track limits there on the inside. When I drove the smoothest line for there. I mean, Paul Riccard isn't my worst circuit, as long as I don't drive a 911 that wants to murder me at every other turn. .53 on optimum. Some serious time in practice, like 53 on optimum. It's like, yo, yeah. I mean, I'm not too surprised with people. think it's still quite a bit of understeer for the high-speed stuff. And honestly, it wasn't even that bad of a line, I think. But hey, we just, for the most part, want to figure out if we need to change something massively on the setup. So far, the car's not doing anything particularly too bad. It has a bit of high-speed understeer. Which, I mean, is better than high-speed oversteer. And the setup has already 0 wing, so that's something. What do we get? 57. Oof. Oof. That's a bit of a move movement. The entrance into a straight wasn't as clean, but I had a much better run through that complex there. Well, I mean, I need to find like half a second or so, but I think that's getting within like a second, I think, of the fastest times is probably going to be reasonable. Although we're only half an hour into the session, so that could be quite some serious time improvements before this session is even over. From some people still. Not as good of an exit as I could have had. Jesus, I improved by like 2/10 and improved like 5 positions. No, I didn't improve by 2/10, what am I saying? I improved relative to the fastest time by 2/10. Because the fastest time had just been moved down 4/10 of a second down the road in that lap. How late you have to brake on some corners to lower your time. Yeah. Oh fuck. That was pushing it too far. Oh my, that was pushing it a bit too far. And I didn't get tire pressure values, especially after I just spun spectacularly. I guess I have to just briefly take a look at the stream and see what values I had prior to flying spectacularly off the road. Give me pressure values because I need to slightly adjust them most likely. I mean, the rear tires are slightly down, the front tires I think we're actually in a pretty good spot. Right, okay. Oh, I pressed race again. Driver briefing has 15 minutes remaining, so we have about 9 minutes right now to do setup adjustments. And it's a tire set has on all tires light graining, so that's a bit of an issue. Despite having just turned like so few laps, I got already graining on the tires. I mean, obviously the front tires got flat spotted from the spin when I spectacularly flew off, but the graining should not come from the spin. Graining should not come from the spin as far as I'm concerned. Going to dump like a bit more. Do I want to decrease the brake ducts even further? That would be an interesting question. I want to decrease them a bit further. Take a click out of the front anti-roll bar to get the car to bite a bit more on the front. How many clicks is possible on the... Oh, the rear suspension you could... Is that also the case on the... Yes, that is also the case. I'm so used to having like 4 adjustments on my spring rates that when the Boatley now comes with adjustments for... With like... I don't know how many steps would that be? A lot, I can tell you that. Because you adjust an 5,000 steps, and the top on the rear end is 190,000, and the bottom end is 95,000. So this thing has a lot of setup adjustment on the suspension here. You can fine adjust the suspension a lot. Stiffen the rear spring slightly, soften up the front slightly, and give it a bit more. These things. Not sure I want more or less camber. Perhaps a bit less on the front camber. Usually isn't a bad idea. It's a good idea for hot lapping, but it's not a bad idea for just getting the car set up. Yeah, I want to dump some tire pressure into the fronts. Right, okay, and then we'll just dump a bit more into this one, and that should put the tire pressures on these. Right, let's jump out of the set. No, not the... We don't need to switch the ignition on when we've already driven. Right, completely kill your tires once you submit. There, those blue lines, yeah, used to the Porsche as well. It's like, yeah, I mean, the ARB has also here only like 5 clicks or something. I think like 6-7 settings, and the boat. It's just the suspension. The spring rate has for some reason like. What is that? 20 adjustments, if I have just think this off the top of my head. Car should have probably like 20 settings on the springs. That's a lot. Okay, that was a bit too esports, because that got invalidated there. Bit too much wheel spin there. Thing is, that costs down the entire straightaway, so. And yeah, the Ferrari has like 50,000 ARB adjustments. Where it just gets a bit insane, frankly. Getting here run down by a Lexus. And completely bottled the final corner up there. I mean, I guess there's a reason why people drive the Ferrari, because of its fine-tune ability and stuff. For me, it's just a dump truck because of how much understeer it has. I should probably turn the TC up, actually. Just to avoid the wheel spin out of that corner. I mean, I haven't driven in a week, so... And these are the first laps with the update.
Okay, you're on the right.
Bye-bye. So yeah, I don't know. Feels pretty similar. So I don't know. I just haven't just usually, I wasn't someone who pushed that negative toe meta at any time, so it's like... So I don't know. Probably some things have changed in that if you push those edges of the setup. Not a good run for there. Oh, and even worse. Oof. That's a bit of a bottle.
Yellow flag is set to 1.
Too soon to ask, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm someone who went into the 1.8 update and was like, I mean, it's still cars, they drive. You have to set them up slightly differently. And you handle it minimalistically different. Okay. Second time this car did that. Holy shit. Yeah, I think it's touching the white line there. Because I tried to brake on the curb. But I guess I'm not allowed to touch the curb on the braking for that high-speed corner. And man, I need to find some pace. I would have liked to get like top 10 today, but I guess top 20 is like the goal tonight. Although we have a 15-minute race, so there's a bit of time to make up stuff, but when you're 2.5 seconds down right now. Oh. I just noticed the time. Turn to garage. Alright. Where's my Discord? There's my Discord.
The first race of the season, so we will take a little bit longer to explain everything. So, first of all, in qualifying, you may not, under any condition, overtake another car on a valid hot lap unless they explicitly indicate that they want to let you go. Such would be using the indicators, pulling off the racing line and slowing down significantly. In any other occasion, if you catch up to a car that is slower but they are still on a valid hot lap, it is your problem, you need to slow down, you cannot mess with their lap. If for some reason you mess up your lap, but don't invalidate it, but you are clearly not going to improve, it is nice to then let people go, because they may be still on a good lap. You can use the minimap to figure out which cars are on valid laps and which are not. So the light blue cars on the minimap are on invalid laps. The darker gray dots are cars on valid laps. Any car on an invalid lap should always try to let any car on a valid hot lap go by in a way where the faster car doesn't lose any time. But obviously you don't need to crash your car to do that if you are in such a place where you can't safely let them go. You can use escape to return to the garage if you need to, but just park your car in a safe place before doing that, not on the racing line, just clearly pull to the side of the track to make it safe. The grid is fairly large, but this is a very long track, so you should be able to figure out space for everybody to do their clean hot laps. We would like to ask that you don't overtake people on the outlap when they are trying to manage the gap to the car in front, because it just makes it worse for everybody. What else? Let me see. The pit exit. Even in Qualy, the pit exit lane technically belongs to the car exiting pits, but obviously it's good sportsmanship not to exit the pits when a fast car is coming by. What else? In the race, well, obviously, be especially careful on lap 1. This is the first race of the season. You don't want to try to win it in the first corner, because you can't. You can lose it in the first corner though, so be careful, don't hit anybody. If and when you lose control of your car for any reason, because you got hit or because you just overdid it, lock the brakes until the car comes to a complete stop, and then once you are stopped, stay still if there are cars coming by and you are in a place where it would be dangerous to move. It is much easier for other cars to avoid a car that is not moving than a car that is trying to rejoin too quickly. If you cause an incident because of your rejoin, you will get a penalty. Also, if you do not lock the brakes and you roll back across the track, you will get a penalty. When rejoining, make certain you rejoin in a safe manner. Do not rejoin across the track, do not rejoin straight into the apex of a corner. Always stay off the track, especially on this track where there's a lot of runoff. Make certain you run parallel to the track on the runoff and then rejoin. That way it is safe for everybody. If you accidentally hit somebody and cause them to spin out, you will get a penalty, but if you wait for them, which is good sportsmanship, your penalty will be reduced. If you leave the server while you have a pending penalty that you have not served, there will be a carryover penalty to the next race. We do not want people rage quitting immediately if they end up having a penalty. You may also, if your race is completely ruined and you don't want to continue, you can sit in the pits until the end of the race, and that will be considered that you have served your penalty as well. Now, track-specific things. As I mentioned earlier, the pit exit lane on this track happens to be on the racing line pretty much. Whenever there is a car exiting the pits, the entire part of the track, the right of the solid white line of the pit exit, belongs to that car. If you cross over there when there is a slow car there and hit that car, you will get a very stiff penalty. So make certain you are aware of cars exiting the pits and don't hit them. On the pit entry, again, because of the way the pit configuration on this track is, you have to get to the right very early. You should not be crossing over the solid white line. Now, it is difficult for the live streaming team to catch if you do that, but if you do catch it, you will very likely get a penalty, and if you cause an incident because of that, because you are doing such a move, you will get a very harsh penalty, because we really don't want to see people abusing that.
I have a question about that, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Like the racing surface, we're considered in contact with the racing surface if we have at least one or two wheels on the racing surface. Is it the same for the pit entrance? As long as we have one or two wheels inside of that white line, that's okay, or should we have the entire car inside that white line?
Technically, I believe the FIA and SRO rules say that your entire car must be inside that solid white line. But we will probably give a little bit of leeway there, because, like I said, we don't automatically get notified when somebody crosses the line. So unless something goes terribly wrong there and somebody is really, really blatantly abusing that, we probably won't care too much. But we would prefer if you put your entire car on the right side of the dividing line on entry.
Thank you for the clarification.
On the exit, the exiting car may cross the solid line before it ends, but by doing so, that car gives up the possession of the pit exit line, and at that point is considered to just be racing as normal. So I would not recommend doing it. There's no benefit on this track anyway. Use of in-game chat is forbidden during qualifying and race, and this goes all the way to the end of the session, until the last car has crossed the finish line. So please, when the race ends, don't start saying GG and everything before the last car has finished the race, because those guys are also racing and they don't need to be distracted. You do not need to stay on the briefing channel once we are done. You may leave. You can go to social or whatever, however you feel like. What else? Just a general warning, this track is fairly well known for off-tracks, so don't take off-tracks if you don't want to get a DT from the game. We will not clear those. If there are any automatic DTs on the race start, we will clear them and then assess whether they are justified, because the game sometimes gives them a little bit overly eagerly. Any questions? It sounds like none. So the track is open again, and as said, you may leave the channel if you want to. If you do stay on the channel, just please keep it quiet in case somebody forgets to leave or whatever. Thank you.
So, right. Okay, we've done. I've briefly checked, like, we're right now the fastest Boatley, actually. We're actually currently the fastest Boatley, but I think there's only one more, and that is Wilson. Wilson isn't bad by any stretch. He's not a bad driver either, so that's still holding him in high regard. There's a bunch of McLarens at the sharp end of the field as the McLaren meta continues. I thought the car was nerfed. Apparently it wasn't nerfed hard enough. Someone needs to actually get a decent-sized hammer out for the thing. Right, I think I will practice the pit entry actually, because this is a track where the pit entry is quite difficult to do, and well, I kind of want to like know my braking markers. For that pit entry. Silver, right? It's like. I mean, the way he said that you're allowed to cross the white line is just on the pit exit is just bullshit. Technically, I think no league really, not league, but no real life championship punishes on violating the pit entry line. I think nobody really cares. The pit entry line is just there to orientate cars to get into the pit entrance. Nobody really, I think, punishes it. Even in F1, you just have like a commitment cone effectively, where after that you get punished for just entering the pit lane way too late. Why doesn't it surprise me when there's a Porsche off track there? But yeah, I mean, I've dealt with leaks that enforce the shit to like a stupid extent. I mean, Sim Racing Club does that. You need to stay with all 4 wheels on the inside of the white line on the pit entry and exit, and if you violate that, you have a drive-through for the next race. That's not a joke. And when you do get a license for that league, back in the day the tracks for that were Indianapolis and NOLA. Now Indy wasn't particularly difficult, but NOLA, the pit entrance, went over. You had like no space whatsoever. It was one of the most evil pit entries in terms of not violating that line rule. It's insane, frankly. Because you had like, the line was, you had about the car's width in the beginning. It was incredibly tight in the beginning of that entry. So I mean, I don't think everybody was abusing it before. That's the thing. I don't think everybody was abusing. It's like, if we were in an esports league, right? This would be completely expected outcome. Oh fuck. I don't know how the hell I just got away with that one. I was so sure that car was gone. I was so damn sure that thing was gone. But yeah, if we were in an esports league, I would totally expect this. Right, but I don't think everybody was abusing this beforehand. I think most people were unaware of this feature here, so I think this caught more people by surprise. I'm not improving right now, which is that's a bit of an issue. There should be 3 10s in the T1, but I didn't get them this time around. We have a minute right now, so I need to do the pit entry this time around. Oh, this is so messed up, this section. Yeah, I turned CC back down, I forgot to turn it back up in the setup. So I actually have TC. Alright. We'll have a bit of an uphill battle to fight. But it is kind of like the Porsche, where sometimes when you enter the corner it just dies on you. I don't like that. I don't like that I have experience on this track with such a behavior for this corner. Although it doesn't snap on you mid-corner. You are, if your turn-in is okay, you know that you're okay. Okay, that's a bit wide. Oh well. But I know there's about half a second in there, and the fastest guy is about 6/10 faster than everybody else, so he must have done a quality lap. For sure. And I'm on 62 liters on my set. Yeah, I think I need to use 3 TC. Oh, I'm an idiot. I messed up the pit entry. Yeah, the line is very early, honestly. How early that thing starts. Just noticed how early the line is there. And we can see that the line begins already here. You can't get in the line in time. Let's be blunt about that. You can't. Except you just take a completely different line out of the corner. As long as you want to like have halfway a decent exit. Let's see, he would probably practice the entry as well. Yeah. But I mean, I could have definitely gone earlier over. So that's actually... Man, I feel like I'm sitting way too low here. Alright. Setup, we need to briefly adjust the setup slightly. We need less fuel. It is a 20-minute session coming up. Not a 20-minute session, 15-minute session, sorry, 15 minutes. Tire pressure. Oh, the temperature has just gone massively up. Oof. Temperature has just jumped massively. We're on optimum now, but the temperature has just jumped up to 38 track. So my guess is like take 0.4, I think, out of the tires. That's a bit low, but how much temperature? Nah, I think that's too low. Or 2 off there. Taking 120 liters should be for qualifying session fine. Going 3 TC already on the set, I think. Might be a decent idea. And hit drive. Ignition starter. Send push to between 2 MUQUs here. Right. That's the color I've driven also on this track before. Not particularly successful in that race in the team sprint. I think back in October last year. Sorry, but you have to like slot in behind me. Team sprint back in October because we got involved in a. After getting involved on a lap 1 incident, we also then got murdered on the back straight by heading into the high-speed corner by someone doing something beyond stupid. Like, just brain-off moment. He made it 3 wide by going up the inside of, I think, us already going up the inside of someone else. And then just drove across us like nobody was there next to him. And murdered all 3 of us. It's just... That was insane. I haven't seen something that bad in a while. Hopefully we don't see something like that tonight. I think the guys are probably a bit better than that.
Car on the right.
What was that? Because I just saw a car flash by. So on the slipstream we have about 4 kph fast. Or 4 kph faster. That's... Bye bye Audi. It was nice knowing you.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
I hope I didn't like overdo my adjustment because I also opened up the brake duct by 1 click. After all, we have a decent chunk of a temperature increase.
Slow car ahead.
The advantage is I don't have to like slow down most likely too much. And I mean, this is the first lap is always the banker. We just need the tires up to full operating window. But the Merc behind me is giving himself a bit more space. And I gave myself. It was all okay.
Slow car ahead.
Now we can profit a bit of a slipstream. The tires seem to not come up to pressure. I don't know why. I'm not sure he stayed within track limits there. Ooh. I mean, with most corners I'm not faster than him massively. Although both of us seem to be slightly faster than the Porsche in front. The best exit there. What's it gonna be? What is it gonna be? 56.5. Yikes. That's not good. Guess that's gonna be shuffled down the road very quickly there. Yeah, my tires are about as much off as I had them adjusted, so oof. If I didn't do my pressure adjustment, the tires would be fine. It's a bit of an L. And there's actually, my front left is actually getting hot at times even. Yeah, I know that's a bit... I thought that at some point it would also give you stored cut track if you abuse it. Even if you come back before the arrows, especially in qualifying. I mean, we can try it out. Yep, no invalidated lap there. Not sure it's particularly faster, in all honesty. Perhaps a 10th. On the other hand, this corner is stupidly strict on guns. If you're not careful. Like, you have to be within the white line there, else. So let's slightly slow down and actually do a fast one. Let's see if I can actually improve one more time. Should probably return to the pits and just take pressure. And adjust the tire pressure set. Yeah, let's do that. Set with adjusted tire pressures. Yeah, I'm about 2 seconds right now off the pace. That's not so great. I think I'm just gonna increase by 0.5. This was basically the difference at the end of that lap. Anything else I can do to improve the car? I'm not sure, I think. The thing is with qualifying is like they invalidate you basically for just going a millimeter wide. In the race for sure this actually applies. It's just I think the real life rules are actually very lean on that corner as well. So that's why we have it in the game as well, in that sense. But otherwise, in qualifying and practice, you get laps invalidated for basically going a millimeter too wide, while in the race, you might not even get invalidated for that. Let alone be given a cut track for it. So that's the thing. Track is very forgiving in... Sim is very forgiving in race condition, because it makes total sense. It's just... if you aren't, well, you just... You just have constantly people getting track cuts, and it just gets a bit non-hilarious. Right. I'm sure there needs to be a bit more time in that lap. Although I had a good toe down the straightaway, which I won't have this time around. But if I have a cleaner set of other corners, I can salvage perhaps a top 20 out of this. I think that's totally within the realm of possibility for this. I mean, I'm still probably the fastest Boatley at this point. I have to check.
Yellow flag.
I mean, Wilson probably improved a bit. I mean, there's half a second already in that lap, just in the final sector here. Just in the out lap here, so I think that's totally over. Had to slightly lift there with compression, but I think my T1 was actually pretty good already.
Yellow flagging sector 3.
And not the best entry onto the straight here either. And now I'm lacking slipstream. Well, let's see how much we lose actually without the slipstream. Now we're starting to lose. It took a while before we started actually losing. It's half a tenth, a full tenth, 1.5. And again, very deep there. Not as good as of an exit as previously. What is it gonna be? 20th place right now.
Yellow flagging sector 1.
It's a decent improvement, honestly. But we're not done yet. Second part wasn't as good. Yeah, the track is optimum. It was from the beginning of the session already. I have time for another lap after this one. I've taken way too much fuel in all honesty. I'm not good enough an exit out of that corner. Lost pretty badly there. Oh, I hit the rev limiter there.
Well done, mate. That's all best.
Oh, gotten validated. Yeah, that's done. That's qualifying over. Just pushed it a bit too far on the inside there. Oh man. Eric Diaz on pole with an Audi. That's not too surprising. Eric is a really fast driver. I got just demoted down to P21 again. Right. Where's actually my Bentley colleagues? Oh, Wilson is currently about 2 tenths behind me. And the other Boatley, Minda, is down in 32nd. So I mean, we're still right now midfield. That's nice, good at our up for. Struggling to get into the top 20 right now. Hope we could have a bit more challenge into the top 10. But oh well. That's that if you don't show up with a setup and everything. I can't complain. Right. Actually, we need to do some prep for the race. We're burning about 3 liters per lap. So let's do fuel calculations. We're lapping about what, 54s. Let's just say that. For the race, 54s. Plus 1. 1.9. Okay, 50 minutes divided by 1.9. That's about 27 laps. We need a formation lap and a lap extra, so that's 28 times 3 liters per lap. That's 84 liters. And that is then 42 liters to take at the start. Maybe we take slightly less actually even. Use current tire pressures. Okay. I'll need to probably anyway adjust that again. Yeah. I said like that's what I meant. Like from I mean I'm not top 20, but like we're fighting for the top 20. I think a fair point to say. Alright, we have 2 minutes early actually pre-race, but I've already adjusted the set, except the temperatures. I think the track temp is slightly gone even further up. I don't think I have to do much in terms of adjusting actually. My Boatley seems to be actually doing pretty fine right now. It's not the quickest. But I mean, I'm the fastest Boatley still, so... Kinda painful. I'm the quickest of your guys, and down in 20th. Actually, I've gone promoted up to 20th. Somebody must have disconnected. Who knows? Peter's still in the race, so... It wasn't him. Justin G, the other head steward, is actually right in front of me on the start. So I need to beat him in his Aston. In his, what is it, BP colored Aston. Right. Do I have anything left that I haven't touched yet that I need to touch before the race starts? I don't think so. I think I thought this through at this point. Everything is in place. Set and ready. Jump off the jacks. There's no pit window, so we can pit at actually any time in the race, so I could have taken a bit less fuel at the start. Because we probably don't need to take actually 42 liters in the end. But hey, whatever. We can just pit whenever we need to. In case we get taken out or something. It's pretty decent. But interestingly enough, actually the MUQU next to me right there has a higher ping than me. Like I have a fairly small bar actually. A similar one to Wilson. I don't think Wilson is actually European, I think he's South American, if I'm not mistaken. I hope to think. Oh yeah, right. Turn the ABS up. Move the brake pads rearwards for brake heating. Although we have 40 degrees track temp, so it's not like we need to do much of prep heating. But hey, force of habit. Which Porsche? You mean all of them? Because there's no... I don't see any Porsche right around me. There's a Porsche actually a couple positions behind us. But there's no Porsche in front of us, really. Not close by, anyway. We have a Ferrari, we have a MUQU, we have an Aston, we have a Ferrari, we have a McLaren, and we have an M4. And we have an Audi behind. And another Boatley. So at least it can't die right in front of us and take us out. Although it can die way ahead of us and take us that way out. Man, the formation lap on this track is slow. I mean, I'm not saying we're not gonna see any. I think there are more Porsches actually up the field. It's just, it's not gonna happen right in front of us. We just see them littering the side of the field, I guess. And it seems the Audi isn't particularly easier to drive for that high-speed corner either. And I mean, I can die as well. I've demonstrated that the car can very much die for that corner. Okay.
Going double file.
Have to do a bit of catching up here. Right, okay, we're actually now on the right side of the grid, so that's interesting. We were previously on the left side. We're now going in rows on the right side, okay. Yeah, I mean, we have a mandatory tire swap, so it's not like we have to worry too much about this. Like, you're gonna be a second hand at the end of it, but hey, it's not too bad. Speed limited.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Good response time from me.
Car on the left.
Pick a line.
Clear on the left. All clear.
Oh, there's... That MUQU just murdered a McLaren. Yeah.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, fuck! Ah, oh, that's so bad.
Got some light damage on the front of the car.
I'm stalled, actually. I don't know where that car's going. It's just I'm standing into oncoming traffic here. Let me just drive reverse.
There's a slow car ahead.
Oh, that's so bad. It was so nice start, actually, up until I got hit there. Oh man, that's not good. Such a nice start. Oh. Okay, how bad is the damage actually? 15 seconds worth of damage. Oof.
Slow car ahead.
There's a parked up Porsche. I just got hit, unfortunately, there. Mid-corner by Justin. Oh, that's so bad. Down a bit on straight line speed, but that might also be because of the exit, but I think that could be the aero damage. Taking me down by 5k. I may just pit already at this time. Get the aero damage repaired. I could have reversed earlier, honestly. Because it would have given me a chance to get off the track. Oh, there's more carnage. Oh god, so many cars are pulling into the pits there. I just want to see how much damage I have, honestly, before I pit. I mean, how much faster that Audi is through the corners. Oh, there's Justin, actually. No, that's not Justin, that's another... It's another green Aston. It's a different car, different livery. How I could mistake those two is beyond me slightly. Oh god, this guy has a lot of air damage. He's just a complete sitting duck against me right now. I'm going to stay purposefully out of the slipstream, while the Porsche is also damaged. I mean, I'm 7k down right now. Like, I've got it bad, but those two just... they are nowhere. Wait, that's Eric Diaz actually in the Audi. He must have, like, I don't know, started from the pits. He missed the he was on pole. So that explains why he's so much quicker. He's probably not had any damage from any of the incidents, and yeah, that's that's sad. Those poor guys. It's honestly not particularly fun. But I mean, I'm bad, but it's like... when you're down already yourself on straight line speed, you just beat these guys like they're standing still. You know it's bad. You know it's really bad. Oh, that guy's actually a lapped car. Well, I don't have some aero damage, so I have a bit of a problem slipstreaming by you. Okay. You waited for me to move out of the slipstream. Sorry for staying so long then in there. Right. I kind of want to, like, get at least the tires up to pressure to see if I need to adjust the tire pressures. Because if I'm running, like, most of the race on one set after the repairs, because of course I'm taking the repairs in this case, although they're still probably not that worth it, despite how much top speed I'm probably bleeding here. Whoa! I think I'm bleeding like a second per lap or something like that. Yeah, second per lap actually adds up.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
97.5.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
It's a bit deep for me. But he's not coming back at me. So that's good. I mean, I also had quite a bit of slipstream the previous run down the straight. I was slow through the corner, in all honesty, because of the traffic jam in front of me. I wasn't particularly fast through the corner there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, he's coming for the cutback.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Not cutbacking me on me. It's the second time in a row. I mean, look at that McLaren is also quite banged up. I mean, I wasn't even witnessing that many incidents. Okay, there were like 3 major incidents on lap 1. And I don't think this guy was actually involved in one of them. There was the one at the final corner, which every car that was involved in is behind me. There was the one that I got involved in. And validated this lap twice within the span of a couple of seconds. But the McLaren's probably gonna come back on me this straight away again. He lags a bit. Back and forth. Come on, could you stop lagging?
Car on the right.
Or was it everyone lagging to me?
Clear on the right.
Okay, the Audi just got bullied itself off the road. Right, our rear right seems to be fine on pressure, the other ones are slightly off. Now the Audi comes back on us. It's also a problem that I'm probably gonna run into if I pit, is that I go a lap down. And therefore put myself in traffic. But the earlier I pit to repair damage, the more I can actually get out of the race still. And I mean, while I think there isn't that much more pace in it, it's pretty clear that we're losing time on the straights because we're topping out way earlier than we would usually. But I think our downforce levels through the corners are actually still relatively good.
Car in front in sector 3. Well done, mate. Personal best.
There's no penalties but this far handed out as far as I know. Yes, I mean, we had a couple of incidents early on here. Oh yeah, right, I wanted to check my... 1, 2, 3.
Slow car ahead.
I think we now have a Porsche here. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It is a McLaren! A surprise to be sure. Wouldn't say a welcome one. Oh, there's a slow Ferrari as well. What are you doing, Ferrari? Ooh.
Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Change the pit strategy back. It just resets the tire pressures again.
There's a slow car ahead.
Now I'm getting involved in a battle with this guy. I don't know how he suddenly slowed down. He was fast on the exit, but suddenly wasn't. Oh, this Audi is slightly going on our nerves because he gets involved in this battle here. They just had to clear this guy right there because he was just slow. Got me there. Because I want to pit at this point just to get it over with early. What adjustment do I want to do? Let's just do 2 clicks on all tires that are on the rear right. Maybe 1v1. The last ingredient we need is how much fuel we need to actually get to the end. We have anyway only 9 minutes of fuel remaining in this phase. Of fuel time.
Car on the left.
No, you're not pit maneuvering me in the last. Getting out of your way at this point. It's just I need to figure out how much fuel I need to take. Fuck it, we're gonna come in now.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
How much fuel? I think I just take 42. Oh, I overshot badly. That was really bad in terms of an overshot. Because I switched the engine a bit too late off, and then it took... But it didn't take too long to pull me back, so that's at least something. So good job, guys. I didn't check if I can save a bit of time by not taking suspension repairs. But I guess there was probably no suspension damage to begin with. So we're now taking damage repairs. So O'Brien actually in the lead is right now 15 seconds behind.
Mandatory stop, is that clear?
Maybe pushing the clutch when you trying to drive off. Yeah, the leaders are gonna come by right now. That's not good. I have to slot into the top 6 or something. Oh hey, there's the Ferrari that we saw the previous lap. But yeah, we're gonna come out. A bunch of cars coming by. We're actually... it's probably gonna update in a minute.
Faster car behind you.
You can dive bump me. Coming out of the pits after all. Right, we are right now in the top 10. Not the way that I wanted to be. Pain Pecco. But I mean, Peter O'Brien is leading, so someone has to take the fall. The only problem is the McLaren. Actually not gaining even that much on the straights. Despite that I was under seconds behind the car in front, I was only hitting 275. Really weird. Might have been not the best exit onto the straight, I guess. Or the car wasn't fully repaired, I don't know. I thought ACC does that correctly compared to something like R Factor 2. I know well.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Problem is I'm now right now in a sandwich between two cars that are actually fighting for position, so I should probably get out of there. Problem is, if I slow down, I get immediately caught in the next car behind. I think he's waiting for the straight now to just eat me. Well, I probably have to also dispose of the McLaren in front of me, honestly. Because I'm going quicker than that guy. The problem is we all spread out with the penultimate toilet for the straightaway. It's just we all just spread out. I can't follow the guy in front properly. He can't follow me. So we just end up not making anything through the corner. Oh, it's a bit annoying. But also these guys should at some point pit in the next few laps. That's right. Oh, that's so good. I went sideways slightly. Oh, he has a way better exit because of this wide entry. Yeah. Right, we're running 56.6, that's nice. So yeah, that was about... So we're bleeding about a second per lap. Because we pitted before the 30-minute mark, we're actually gonna make up the time that we lost due to repairing the car. Although being stuck here in traffic is not gonna help us really. Slowly but surely getting closer to him. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass him this time around. Don't need to defend against me, I'm gonna unlap myself. Just let me by at this point.
Faster car behind you. Clear on the right.
Doesn't make sense to fight someone who's trying to clear you as a lap car. No, it doesn't. I understand that you might want a buffer behind, but I'm slightly going faster than you. Except you're intending to pit now, to get out of my way. If you do that, I'm fine with that as well. Nope, he's still not pitting. Please just pit at this point.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
Oh god, it's a bit overcooked. I mean, I have a bit of a gap behind, so that's at least something. That's a bit wide. If it was closer, that would have been an easier pass for me, but oh well. It is what it is. I'm at least not right in his gearbox. No, I'm not gonna go on a lunge here. That would be even if you were for position silly. Let's not do that.
We're halfway through. Keep it up.
I hope he just pits so I don't have to pass him sooner rather than later. Ah yeah, he's indicating that he wants to pit.
Faster car behind you.
Thanks, mate.
Car on the right.
You're welcome.
Clear on the right.
I hope I didn't hold you up too much when I tried to fight you. And this solves the problem. The car was already performing really well. I wasn't losing too much time, so... Trying Currently, the next car for position, yeah, that car is already pitted. It's 12 seconds up the road. Ooh, but I'm right now losing quite a bit of time on the straight just because of the lack of slipstream now. I'd make it all up through the high-speed corner then. I think my fastest lap was set while fighting him side by side, so... About 7 liters extra for the end of the race. I think this is nearly faster than my qualifying time.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
God damn it, just above the 59-minute mark there. Okay, the Merc behind has decided to pit. It's actually just in G right now behind me. He must have not had a penalty so far. Because, I mean, if he would have served the penalty, he would be further back. And that, because he's right now running in... what would that be? Without pit stop, that would be probably like P15 or something. Actually, that would probably be where I would be running. Because I got so many positions actually at the start there. I don't know where I actually was before I got hit, but like I passed a bunch of people there. Due to really good... I got a really good reaction time. So... and got then not boxed in. Had to go 3 wide briefly. But I pulled it off. Drive-through penalty for car 4. Okay, there are penalties finally being assigned, but they took like 30 minutes. We are gaining on the car in front, I think. Not sure how much, honestly. Yep, now the drive-through got assigned to Justin G, actually. They just took so long to get the lap 1 reviewed. Well, I guess they probably reviewed a bunch of incidents and then just now came to assign them. It's not unusual, it's just... thinking half an hour is a bit much. Although, what does half an hour to 25 minutes change much? That's not that much of a difference. I think 25 minutes is not too unreasonable. Car right now up the road ahead of me is actually the effective leader. But he hasn't pitted yet. And then, yeah, he goes into the pit lane.
Gaining on the car ahead of sector 1.
new TikTok. If you review a bunch of stuff that happens on lap 1, it's gonna take a minute. Especially some more complicated incidents. And if you have like 20 contacts on the first lap, which is not beyond possibility. Oh yeah, the number 4 car is actually just slotted out of the pits in front of me as well. I'm not making much of inroads, honestly. I think some of the cars are catchable still. Although I don't think top 20 is in it anymore, unfortunately. I think there's 2 people. It just takes time at times. And as a steward, I'm not gonna badmouth the other guys too much. I mean, I badmouthed them already by saying 30 minutes is a bit much. But let's be honest, it's not that hard to hit that number. I think they applied more than just the lap 1 incidents. But I wasn't paying attention too much to the penalties. It's not raining it. I'm not paying too much attention to chat when I'm driving. Not this chat, but the in-game chat. So there's 2 cars an hour. I guess the MUQU that just came out of pits is not slow. So, yeah, that's the thing. Although the McLaren is back in front, so I don't know. Maybe we're gonna catch those 2. Last time around, the McLaren turned 57.5, the MUQU 56.9. I think if he had clear air, he probably would be turning laps as fast as me. The MUQU. I'm just gonna run out of time for most of the cars that are in front of me. Should have probably pitted a bit earlier to get the repairs done, get the car up to pace. But hey, should. That's always the word. Hey, Justin G is actually behind me right now. Why is the gap building to him so massively? Don't tell me you took out another car and you're now waiting for him to pass you. I think think the MUQU is now past the other car. That's a bit fast into T1 there. That's a bit wide out of two there. Oh well. I don't know, how much is actually pit lane delta on this track? Probably not sure. I mean, 30 seconds is usually a good approach to get a rough idea of what number you need. Slight power, slight drift for the high-speed corner. It's the only advantage against the Porsche. If you would slide in the Porsche, you just die. With this car, I've actually held a couple of times when the car started to slide, so hey, something. I think tires are now starting to drop off. The MUQU just turned to 55.9. My tires are a bit second hand now. I think I can only get the guy in front, directly in front of me. Okay, that's a bit wrong, the line. I mean, that's the first one. It's not too bad. Spin or lose time understeering. I mean, if you want straight line speed with the Porsche, you always get U-spin. That corner. I mean, the Porsche isn't actually that bad in high speed corners for the most part. I think at Suzuka I got my when I raced the Porsche once at Suzuka, I got in the dry the set to actually take 130R flat out. Which is a pretty insane feat to do. I actually didn't check if my collection of Coach Dave sets has a Bentley set. I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, I should have done some practice on Saturday or Sunday, or like any day of the week. But it didn't. Again, with half a second on the car in front. We have about 9 minutes remaining on the race. We have more than enough fuel. That's not good. Why am I just now collecting them? There's such a massive train there. Just not on the back of it. Although those guys are not going slow considering they're in a train. Choo 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 choo. They're about 10 seconds up the road. They only lost through the stint about like 3 seconds. That train. Cars. It might increase now in the last 8 minutes or so. Because things might be starting to kick off. But I need to pick up my pace slightly to catch that McLaren. He's still 3 seconds up the road. .36.8 from the McLaren in front. Not good because I only gained 3/10 that lap. He's pushing hard. I have to push harder. Oh no, it's probably gonna get me cut. Oh, fuck off! I barely go off the track there. I have to now be careful with my track limits. Because I collected them like Pokemon in like 3 minutes. In a 3-for-1 deal. I assumed that would happen eventually. I'm not around to it. Oh man, the battle in front. It would have been so cool to be a part of it, but I'm just too far backward. And now I'm running out of time of catching that McLaren in front. It's more on the safe side. I'm just gonna run out of time to catch the McLaren in front even. It's so infuriating. I lost quite a lot of time there, just getting the power down to get out of the corner again. He's about 3 seconds up the road and then suddenly has found the pace. He was lapping pretty slow before. My tires are now just his second hand to keep up really. But I mean the battle group in front has dropped back to like 5 seconds in front. But we're just gonna run out of time most likely. Race lead is about 30 seconds behind me. I think the McLaren might be down at straight line speed. Because I think I gain every time on the straight on him. I have a feeling I might catch the Porsche more than the McLaren before the end of the race. That's wild. Yeah, I only gained 2/10 that lap. That's a bit of an oof. Alright, we have about, I think, 2 laps to go at this point. So race leader is about 30 seconds behind us. We have 2 minutes on the clock, so we're gonna start. The leader's not gonna be able to complete the next lap within the time limit, but he's gonna be able to start another one. So it's hammer time. Problem is I'm still 2 seconds behind the next car. One of them has a driver actually in front. So we're gonna get one free position here. For sure. The rest, well, work cut out for us. I don't think I'm gonna catch the McLaren. Except something astonishing happens. Just gonna be run out of time. Okay, the Porsche actually decides to pit for his drive-through. Right, final lap. No, actually not final lap, we have 2 laps. Right, I forgot, we have actually 2 laps. Final lap is gonna get started behind us. No, 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 please don't give me a driver for that. I got it validated, but not a cut. Not good exit there. Very squirmy. 2 seconds back, it's just not good enough. I just need like 5 laps more and I would have easily had like a bunch of positions there. It's such a long train in front. I just gained only half a second per lap on him, which is the problem. But I could have gone quicker than this. .6 seconds behind. 57.5 from him, but I also only lapped 56.9. This is not impressive. Ah, and overcooked the corner. But I'm too far back to take advantage of the slipstream. I'm straight. And he's gonna probably get a tow from the car in front. Yeah, this is so frustrating. Oh, it's so close, but yet so far. God fucking damn it. One more lap, and I would have had a chance to fight with him. No! 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 Fuck off, game! That's bullshit! That is so bullshit! I would have gotten a free position here, but the game invalidated my corner because I cut the inside. Oh, come on! That is bullshit! That is beyond bullshit! Oh! That's so bullshit. The only luck I have, I'm the last car on this lap. Everyone else is a lap down, right? I mean, I could have had the Porsche if I pushed now, but, well... Oh, that is so bullshit. I should be quiet, because it's 4 AM in the morning, right? Actually, I'm right. Okay. It's 4 in the morning. Oh, that pisses me off. 30 seconds. Because I invalidated a corner. There. That I didn't invalidate. Oh, that is so bullshit. Ah, that is so annoying. How people do 30 for that corner? Well, setup. Setup is the entire answer to this question. Ah, I'm annoyed with that one. That is bullshit. I get sideways, I just about hold on to it. And I get invalidated because my tire slightly went up to the inside too much. I was so dead through that corner. Yet I just about held on with it. GG, man, GG. Right. Okay. Well then, we're done with the race now. Wasn't good. I mean, I finished 25th, considering I was facing the wrong way on lap 1. Yeah, 30 seconds extra because of the drive-through. But it didn't change my position. I could have had the Porsche there if I pushed, but well, that's that. Also, I mean, if somebody gets a post-race penalty, I'm not gonna take advantage either from it. But it's just, I'm a bit screwed in this position. But hey, whatever. I'm not too screwed over. I'm just not getting bonuses of like 1 or 2 positions. But I'm not dropping any further than I was anyway back. I'm just not being able to take advantage of people just because I got to drive through on the last lap through a stupid high-speed corner. Which I'm a bit annoyed at. That's just... Let me just look at this. It's just like... Yeah, and this is what got me the cut track, because I went here all 4 on the inside. But I just about... I mean, you can see the McLaren abused that curb way more than me. I should have probably abused it more, because the car would have perhaps been a bit more stable. But just how much angle I drove into there. Jesus. How much angle I got away with it. It's very unfortunate that incident at the start where I was facing the wrong way. And I just couldn't go anywhere. Nothing I could do, nothing that... yeah, P25 is still decent. Nothing to really complain. But I mean, I was the last of like the running cars really, because there was a massive gap actually behind me. So... let's rewatch Exodus. Let's rewatch the start here, and I react to the start fairly quickly. Justin weaves, decides to go left and decides to go right again, and I'm just like, okay. He could have braked way later because there was no reason to brake early for him. Like the Merc to the left of me had to brake early, right? Because of the cars in front, but Justin could have gone very deep on the brakes because there was nothing in front of him directly. And that's what I did after I was past him. Right. And here, it's just, people are still side by side in front, so it's just a bit complicated here. And I slow down quite a bit, and that's what gets me hit here. Just as I get on the power, I get dumped here. That's funny, with the Porsche just gets hit and the rear end of the Porsche hits me again. There's more carnage behind. People just... I mean, I'm currently still on a driving view, so let me bring another view to this. Could I get the outboard perspective, please? Because any driving view is still limited with the amount of... Do I not get helicopter cam? NVR or something? I don't know. Well, we're just gonna watch it from this perspective, I guess. Right. There I get dumped. Facing the wrong way. Boom, boom. Cars just keep stacking up, and then some people are just driving by, so it's like... It's complicated, because if I was moving forward, they would have been fucked. And now I'm driving backwards. But this was like the last cars there. Could have done that way earlier. Been less trouble. But I mean, think of that at the top of your head in that moment. That you could just like, alright, no, drive backwards. To get away. Like, think of that for a second. Yep, I'm using the Boatley the entire season. So we hope that there's some tracks where this is going to go a bit better. And that I should actually have with a bit of practice. I always say that, but it never happens, and it's kind of sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Right. But yeah, this is... let me quit. This is the weird thing with AC. Sometimes you can click the mouse button to get over the credits. Sometimes you have to press a keyboard stroke. It's weird. It's weird to say the least. We have put 2 pings down here. Oh man. There's a bunch of posts still to have to scroll through before. Chat safe region. Nah, that's not a particularly chat meme. Oof. Yeah. Yep, there's post-race penalty still coming. That was the second ping that I got there. Right. Why did I only get 1 ping over here? When there's technically 2 pings for it. I think I'm going to end the stream now. And... just call it a night, I guess. Yeah, it's hopefully going to be better. I mean, I shouldn't say I haven't had too much... I haven't had too much luck at Paul Riccard. Besides one absolute dominant win in the Porsche Cup race, where I just absolutely annihilated everyone. That happens. I haven't been that successful at Paul Riccard, actually. I had the... in the team sprint last year, I finished in the top. We got crashed out on like a couple laps in, and we had an incident on the opening lap. My teammates, so that was unfortunate for us there. And yeah, man, the calibration is bad right now. I have my hand on my chin, and it's down there. It's like Christ. But this is also my a bit older model. Okay. Hello bot, how are you doing? How about you just go bye-bye? Yep, I mean I didn't have to, it's like, I mean it wasn't particularly as much of a comeback drive as like it would have been nice. I mean the result is still there. But this shows that I didn't have to actually pass that many people. Still, it's solid drive, I would say. I would like a bit more pace. But I mean, the other Boatley wasn't doing particularly well. And I mean, he didn't have an accident. And he was like, at the end of that race, like 3 seconds in front of me? 4 seconds? And Wilson is not particularly much slower than me. He's very comparable to my pace. Even at like Monza, he was actually faster in the 6 hours of Monza. He was actually a faster driver there. So he's not slow. It just seems that ACC has now really become the McLaren cap, so I've really fucked up by not changing to the setting to the McLaren, because I thought the nerf would be a bit bigger than they got a couple weeks ago. And oh well, they seemingly didn't get a nerf, and now are the most OP car ever. It's just come out of nowhere. Frankly. Even without exploiting the slab and stuff. Alright. Yeah, I mean, this model is really... I mean, how could I... is there an easy way to show the entire... It's like... I've been using this hoodie for like... Oh god, how long? I think a year actually now. I have this model of this hoodie. It's a really nice... of clothing. Yeah, McLaren cap confirmed. Let's just hope the other tracks have a bit more balanced field, honestly. Or that maybe Kunos decides to finally nerf the McLaren. Because it's just a bit of a mess at that point. Well, your next race will be at Laguna Seca. This, however, will be event configuration. Let me briefly check. This will actually be a double header race. We have one qualifying session, and then we have 2 30-minute races. So, and actually, they still have a mandatory pit stop right now set up, huh? That needs to be fixed. Because I don't think there should be a mandatory pit stop for the sprint races. Right. In any case, I think that should line everything up. I mean, let me just briefly go on this tab here. So I could just perhaps show a bit more of the model. I mean, this is about as much as I zoom up out a lot. This is about as much as I could do. I'm very small now. But this is the easiest. I can do more. But yeah. It's a really nice outfit, honestly. But yeah, Laguna Seca is gonna get interesting with a 40 car grid on it. That's gonna be a bit interesting. But I mean, Boatley has been a very good, very trustworthy car. It tried to murder me for the high speed corner, but I've held on most of the time. Didn't kill me in the race. Although it got me a driver in the end. Which I'm a bit salty over. Well, not salty at the car. Because a car I'm actually not like ranting a shitbox against for once. Because it might go slow, it just won't feel like shit while going slow. So that's an advantage. Yeah. I mean, it has also a tail on the back. Oh well. That's been it. I wanna get perhaps a bit more rest, perhaps do other things, perhaps help out the stewards in the end now. So, I guess small Lukas is gonna say bye bye.